The call came at 5:12 a.m., that fragile hour when the prison seemed to hold its breath. "Sign here," the guard said, sliding the clipboard through the slot. His eyes avoided mine, as they always did on release mornings. Freedom, it seemed, was contagious. My phone buzzed in my pocket. I let it vibrate twice more before glancing. I already knew who it was. 2 years earlier, a morning like this, another hallway with white walls and the antiseptic sting in the air. My wife's sister curled on a hospital bed, a comment never reaching the end of its sentence. My wife stood at the foot, hands folded too neatly. Her voice didn't tremble when she spoke my name. It didn't need to. They blamed stress. They blamed my temper. They blamed the shove that never happened, claiming it had sealed fate's design. I said nothing. Instead, I studied the room, the sister avoiding my gaze, my wife's phone flickering on and off like an unsteady heartbeat. I refused the visits. Month after month, I learned the quiet power of absence. Lies with or without attention. Silence starves deception. The buzzer snapped me back. The gate slid open. My phone buzzed again. I smiled quietly. In court, they portrayed me as a storm, short-tempered, heavy-handed, a man around whom accidents swirled. My wife testified with precision, like following a recipe. Exact ingredients, no improvisation. She cried once, but not at my name, only when mentioning her sister. I watched the judge's pen, reading hesitation, decision, and finality. The story was neat. Grief needed a target. Someone had to pay. Prison reduces life to routines. Count, eat, sleep, think, and think again. I replayed that day until its edges blurred. The alleged argument, the slammed door, the supposed bruise, none of it lived in my memory, and I remember with the detail of someone cataloging crime. What unsettled me wasn't the accusation itself, but the orchestration, the sister's silence, the timeline bending perfectly into place, my wife never asking why. Then it clicked. This wasn't grief seeking answers. It was relief wearing grief's face. Patience became my ally. You cultivate patience when the door locks behind you. I requested my case file and read it like a ledger, not a confession. Dates, times, phone logs, hospital records. I wrote letters to myself, then burned them. I practiced neutrality in cracked mirrors. A life had taught me to ask without speaking. People reveal secrets when they believe you've already lost. I reconstructed the week before the miscarriage. My wife's sister had a hidden boyfriend. Married men hide better than single ones. I noted the clinic hours, the cameras that failed that week, the nurse who switched shift midweek. I exchanged favors for records. Commissary buys honesty, as does time. Phone logs arrived last. Patterns emerged like bruises on pale skin. Calls at strange hours, disappearing when my number rang. One number stood out. I memorized it and waited. 6 months before release, an unmarked envelope arrived. Screenshots, date circled in red, a transcribed voice memo full of run-on punctuation. Her sister wasn't fragile. She was reckless. An affair with a married man. A pregnancy that shouldn't have been. A fight not involving me. The stress was real. The cause was a lie. I verified it again and again. I called the number from a borrowed phone during yard time. A woman answered, not my wife. Stop calling, she said. We agreed. We had. I said nothing, drafted no confrontation, just a meticulous plan based on calendars and timing. Release morning. I sent 3 emails from a cafe across the street, logs, affidavits, and a notarized statement from a nurse who admitted to falsifying timestamps. I CC'd the Bar Association and BCC'd my wife. I sipped bad coffee, watching people scurry past, seeking safety. At the gate, my wife looked thinner, her sister clutching a scarf too tight. I'm sorry, my wife said, her first word to me in 2 years. For what? I asked. Her sister flinched. A new gesture. We walked to the parking lot. No hugs, no tears, just footsteps and a plan falling into place. My phone chimed twice. My wife's color drained slowly, in stages like a sunset in reverse. What did you do? She asked. I handed her the phone and let her scroll. Let her read herself out of the story she had written. She made a sound that wasn't a word. You ruined us, she said. No, I replied. I stopped pretending. The lawsuit hit her employer first. Wrongful termination followed the ethics complaint like gravity. Her sister's settlement vanished when the insurer denied coverage for fraud. The married man's wife filed loudly. I said nothing. I raised no voice. I didn't go home. I didn't go anywhere they could reach me. 2 years in prison teaches you how little you need. A bed, a window, a lock under your control. That night, alone, I unpacked a toothbrush and a clean shirt. I folded the shirt carefully, placed the toothbrush in a cup like a promise. They called. I didn't answer. The truth needs no witnesses, only timing. I slept with a window open. The city sounded different when it wasn't accusing me. The next morning, I discarded the envelope. Some losses demand no mourning.